If you are tired of seeing criminals get away with murder, tired of hearing excuses for the wicked, then it's time to take action. Hit that subscription button now and stay in the loop with the Jamaica Young Police channel. We are not here to sugarcoat. We are here to expose the truth, bring justice, and make sure the real heroes get the recognition they deserve. Don't wait for the change. Be the change. Subscribe, like, and let's make some noise and hold those criminals accountable. Justice in action. Speak up. Crime must fall. And remember that we have a go inside the description box and you'll see various links to various things for the Jamaica Young Police channel. JamaicaYoungPoliceChannel.com, where you see articles and stuff like that. Those who like to read, and and we continue to give you guys exceptional material over here. So, moving on. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers, and Patreon members. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yeah, so at the Jamaica Young Police channel, I am the first person to tell the world that the PMP is a criminal organization. The reason why I've said it, as I said before and I'll say again, born and raised in IBs, I have seen what they have done, what they are all about, and all they've done is promote criminality and destroy other people's lives. Nothing else. They have never imparted anything productive or positive to us. In my community where I was born and raised, the first thing that they tell you, once you have sense, every police is dead and every labourer is dead. That is what they imparted to me. And when that was imparted to me and I said to my mother, every police is dead and every labourer, my mother stopped me in the tracks and touched me and told me to look in her eyes and says, never ever I hear you utter such word again. Labourites are Jamaicans just like you and I. Remember that my sister is a police officer, so if every police is dead, you want your auntie to be dead too. That's not right. Police officers are the one that keep us safe. Criminals do not like police, and that's why they are saying that. Never ever utter such word again, my son. I'm just repeating that what was imparted to me by my mother. And from that day on, I've always seen people who support the Jamaica Labour Party as Jamaicans. But as I said before and I say again, PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization, supporters, voters and activists, they have never seen themselves as Jamaicans. Because when you're a PMP supporter, you're in a cult. It doesn't matter what the cult done. The cult is always right. And that's how these people operate. So now we're gonna play a video for you. You're going to see a video of this comrade. Yeah man, you see right here crying. Comrade, and she's crying because the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization supporters stole her phone at one of their events. One of them campaign event with them. You understand? It was a 100% PMP LGBTQ plus criminal present. Yeah. Everyone that was there were PMP. Blood and fire reach a comrade. Me I tell her, she bawl like a baby. But hey, so let's delve into what really happened. So I'll let you watch it in its fullness. As we say now, every video that we have done over here, always watch it to the end because you will always learn something. You understand? Because over here at the Jamaica Young Police channel, it's not an entertainment channel, it's all about education. We love, everything that I imparted, you can use it in your daily life and you can pass it on to your children. Yes. That's how it is on your grandchildren. So at a recent event, a staunch PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization supporter, voter and activist show up proudly. Yeah, man. But boy, may I tell you, if she don't watch a Jamaica young police, and I should have known that. But she live in our PMP community, and vote. Show up proudly, wearing her colors, confident that she was among friends. She thought she was in a safe space, surrounded by comrades who, like her, share the same political loyalty. But what she received instead was a harsh, sobering dose of reality. Someone reached into her handbag and stole her cell phone. Shaken, crying, and humiliated, she publicly called the very people around her criminals and declared that they were a disgrace to Jamaican society. Now, let me ask her, where have you been living all these years? Mars? Pluto? Saturn? Or perhaps in dreamland where loyalty somehow magically cancels out reality? This woman's experience is not unique, but it is instructive. In every PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization control community in Jamaica, criminality is not just tolerated, it is a way of life. That's what we live from my community, So that may I tell you. Let me repeat myself, because some people, sometimes you say things and then I get it. More of them get it. In every PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization control community in Jamaica, criminality is not just tolerated, it's a way of life. These communities have been systematically socialized, indoctrinated, and even cultured to be criminal-minded. To them, the police are the enemy, and the Jamaica Labour Party supporters are traitors to be hated and destroyed. This mindset didn't happen overnight. It was cultivated, watered, and fertilized by decades of leadership that glorify criminals and legitimize lawlessness. I, Chris Porter, speak from experience. I grew up in what can only be described as the belly of the beast, in the heart of Jamaica's political garrisons, where criminality didn't just exist alongside politics, it was the politics. I saw firsthand how Michael Manley, the so-called man of the people, became the biological father of this monster we live with today. He nurtured known murderers like George Federmap Spence and Winston Burry Boy Blake, killers who were not only celebrated in their communities, but were even taken by Manley himself on government trips overseas, as if they were diplomats rather than assassins. These men and hundreds like them, thousands, became role models for an entire generation. They taught the young that power is in the gun, that respect is earned through fear, that loyalty to party supersedes loyalty to country or decency. So when this woman now cries out in shock and pain, calling her comrades criminals and a disgrace, I must say to her, welcome to reality. Yes, man, welcome to reality. This is what you have supported. This is what you have voted for. This is what you have helped sustain. It is no accident that whatever the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization has entrenched itself, communities become poorer, more violent, and more hopeless. Because its foundation is not justice or development, but thuggery and exploitation. It's time for all Jamaicans, including those who still cling blindly to party loyalty, to wake up and ask themselves, do I want my children to inherit a Jamaica where the biggest criminals are honored as heroes? Do I want my tax dollars to empower gangs instead of building schools and hospitals? Do you want your tax dollars to be going to the gangsters, the criminals who are in prison, the Tesha Millers, the Black Man, the City Puss, and I can go on, as what the Kingston and St. Andrew Metropolitan Mayor has done, Swaby, yes, putting criminals, dance, and government payroll. Do I want to keep pretending that criminality is somehow acceptable because the thieves wear my party's colors? The choice is clear. You can either keep feeding the beast or you can stand up, break free, and help reclaim Jamaica for decency, lawfulness, and dignity. To my sister, who learned the hard way, may your stolen phone also be the moment your eyes open. Because this isn't about a cell phone, it's about the soul of our nation. The PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, only thing they do is produce criminals. Didn't you see what happened on April 29, 2025? Didn't you watch what happened at the National Arena in 2024 when the PNP parade a cadre of criminals, convicted criminals, murderers, drug dealers? You think that was accident? That was deliberate to remind the Jamaican people that we are a party of criminals. Did you saw the woman, the little short tuku woman with the little short hands, Mirinda Wellington, say for war and them ready for war? You think that was hyperbolic? That's a PNP mantra. That's genetics, violence, dishonesty. Jamaica right now in 2025, we have the lowest crime rate ever in our history of Jamaica since 1989 after Edward Seaga met office. And anyone who's still supporting the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization are criminals and criminal-minded people. If you are for law and order and want a stable society, you have to continue on the path of the Jamaica Labour Party and send our 63 members of parliament, all 63 of them, to become members of parliament. 63 Labour, right? Not one PNP. But if you love criminality, you're going to vote for the PNP, because that's all they have to offer, nothing else. The PNP have never grown the economy, ever. But can't tell the low IQ Jamaicans them that people like you, like this woman. You are going to hear the same woman, the one who was robbed at the event, at the PNP event, by the very PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization supporters, activists, and so-called comrades she thought were her family, crying out to the camera that two of her children are fatherless, dead. What she really means is both of her children, fathers, are dead. I do not know this woman personally, but I don't need to, because I know her story. I know it because I was born and raised in the belly of the beast, where this kind of tragedy is not an exception, but the rule. From where I stand, her situation can only be one of two things, because this community is almost always one of these two. Either the security forces killed the fathers of her children during one of their operations against gunmen, or gunmen themselves, their own cronies, rivals, or even friends, kill them in the endless cycle of betrayal and revenge that defines life in these criminal strongholds. In the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization control communities, these stories are written on every street corners and in every household. It is not uncommon to find a woman with 6, 7, or even 8 children, and every single father dead, gunned down by police or murdered by other gunmen. Why? Because these communities have been deliberately engineered, socialized, indoctrinated, and maintained as a breeding and training ground for criminals. I said to you already, and I told you, it's only 2 of us left from my age group. So when I talk, not only with clarity, but I talk because I have been there, born and raised in Iberia, Ibis, and seen it. The PNP criminal organization, they produce generation after generation of young men who are taught from birth that violence is manhood, that guns are power, and that loyalty to the party and the gang comes before loyalty to the family, law or God. They grew up seeing the killers hailed as heroes, their funerals attended by politicians, their names whispered with a ha and fear. I can count on my hand the number of young men from my community, in my age group, in my community, who survive past their 20s. In fact, only 2 of us are alive today, and I am one of them. I'm from a labor right community. I'm from a PMP community, PMP family. Everything we get house, we get all kind of thing. But I said, give me the book and not the gun. I did have the gun, but the gun that I had was legal. I know where a lot of illegal guns were hiding in my community. Even when I went to the Jamaica Police Academy, I never informed where the gun them. The reason being, because the people that have the guns them, they weren't well, as I said before, there are 2 kind of people who have illegal guns. You have those who have guns who want to defend them family. They are not in any gangs or anything like that. These are people who work to them 9 to 5, them work Monday to Friday. On the weekend, them they home with them family. They want to protect them family and them community. Yeah, just in case. So you know, and the reason being, when you live in a certain community like my community of Jonestown and Concrete Jungle, you know, I get no license gun because they want to tell you say your address. Who create the system? They did. They are the one that destroy all the lives and the minds of these people. The PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. So this is not because we were better, smarter, or luckier. It was because we chose, against all odds, against all the pressure, to reject the death trap that this culture of criminality offers. But it was a lonely choice and a dangerous one. To the woman in the video, your pain is real and your grief is valid. But you must also understand it did not happen by accident. This is a consequence of the very system you supported. They are the fruits of the tree that was planted decades ago by leaders like Michael Manley, who fathered this culture of violence and proudly paraded killers like George Federmap Spence and Winston Boy Blake as if they were dignitaries instead of destroyers of our people. Remember, you know, when Winston Boy Blake was buried at Maypen Cemetery, you know, it's over 24,000 Jamaicans, you know, went to his funeral, you know. This man was a murderer, you know, a criminal. We commit genocide in a Payne Avenue, Imam Federmap, in 76. And that's how they treat him. 24,000 people, imagine that. And if you don't believe me, go into the archives and you will see it. I was a little boy then. You understand? The amount of people and them talk about Federmap and Boy as if they were heroes. These guys didn't do anything positive. All they did was violate other people's human rights. But they want their rights to be protected. So when you call them criminals and disgraceful, you're right. But you are also complicit. Jamaicans must wake up to this ugly truth. You cannot sow seeds of lawlessness and expect to reap or harvest peace. It can't work. You cannot cheer for gunmen when they kill your enemies and cry foul when they turn on you. You cannot demand respect when you celebrate disrespect and dishonor in your own backyard. If you want a better future for Jamaica, we must stop romanticizing the garrison culture and start tearing down the structure, political, cultural and economic, and keep it alive. We must stop training our sons to die young and our daughter to raise fatherless children in grief. Because as long as we keep feeding this beast, it will keep devouring us. One family, one father, one future at a time. The choice is yours. Continue dancing with death or break free and fight for something better. And to the woman in this video, may your stolen phone and your broken heart be the beginning of your awakening. Because Jamaica cannot afford for any more of our people to sleep through this nightmare. This is Michael Manley philosophy 101. Right here, Mark Golden resurrect the playbook. This British man came to Jamaica and resurrect the playbook of Michael Manley. So whether or not you want to believe it, this is how them operate. So now I'm going to let you watch this video of this woman crying and telling you what the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization thieves have done to her. So you watch, you listen, and you decide.
I'm not going to tell you lie, but I'm tell you something PNP. Only lose a vote. I have a phone and I walk through PNP crowd today. I want to go in my pocket go take my blood clot phone. On the PNP, you know, take my blood clot phone. It's just a 8:32. It's just a 8:32. I know all that phone. I want to take my phone with my memories and when they pick me, when my grand pick me, when they pick me them school, all of them something, all of the information they want to take away. For eh? So only want me if you come and vote. Can't vote for you. Can't vote for you. I'm not criminal. I'm not fucking criminal. Just I walk through the crowd. See my PNP friend them. Stop and talk to them. Hi, long time to see such and such. Give them hugs. And I come through the crowd. I'm not going in my bag and take out my phone. Eh? When I go inside of my bag, see bag here too. It's my bag here. See bag here? This is the bag that I carry. This is the bag. My phone me in here so my phone there. I have the bag. One string bag. And here so my money is there. See there? My money is in here so. In here so my money there. And then when time I turn up a talk to them and take them time and push and take out. I'm gone with my blood clot phone. The phone with all of my information them on it. Which it not have no use to me. Which it not have no use at all to me. I'm gonna take my blood clot chip. I'm gonna take with my phone. No, I don't have a phone. I don't have a phone. Crime can never stop. If me did take out my knife and stab you in your blood clot, stab you in your pussy hole, do not say a labor right come there cause problem. Do not say it's a labor right girl come there cause problem because they don't want the party if you win, don't it? Right? And I walk through and I greet every one of my friend them and I slide them and through my blood clot bag and take out phone and gone with it. Oh, crime for done. Oh, crime for stop. You there meeting. You promote your leader. The person you want to come in. Come make a change. And pussy wall. You make it bad for the blood clot man. Big dirty stinking orange color. You make it bad for the man where you want to come in. Or me if give you a vote. Eh? You not give me one money so can't go buy grocery a weekend time or east one money and me not ask nothing. I always try to have for myself. Me piss my family them. And them me piss. No, me can't piss them no more. Me can't ask them for nothing. Me have two fatherless pick me. And me have one last one my father me and him did together. You understand what I say? If me not work, me not working, I become a beg no work and I give me none. So I try to stay in a lane. And me walk through the little money I have and the phone I use sometime and get one little shilling. I pass through the crowd and I push my hand on in there and take it away. All crime for blood class stop. Suppose me was a thief. Suppose me was a criminal. Suppose me was a scammer. People would have just get fucked. We can't be no money, no want a phone, no money for buying a phone. We can't afford a phone. We cannot afford a phone right now. And if I just want to live without a phone, I want to take on my phone. I want to already have a phone. I'm telling man, Mark Golden, your followers them. I don't know if it's just like them, but it don't look good for you. It don't blood clot look good for you. And I don't talk.
Well, to show you that this woman, that she's in a cult, for her to be, cheering Mark Golden. Mark Golden is not a Jamaican, Mark Golden is a British-born citizen. She need visa. She and every Jamaican need visa for go England. But yet they are cheering for this man. She is cheering for this man. So let that make sense to you. Yeah, so so you have heard the same woman, on the last part of the video, the one who was robbed by the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, supporters, activists, and so-called victims at the event. Now naively making reference to Mark Golden. She suggests in her ignorance that if he himself possessed the same characteristics, traits and mindset as his supporters, the thieves, parasites and criminals who stole her phone, then Jamaica would be doomed. What she fails to realize is this: we are already doomed if people like her continue to blindly support him and his party, the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. This mindset she displays, attempting to separate Golden from the very culture he enables and leads, reveal that she is not only ignorant but also arrogant and tragically an enemy of Jamaica and its people, whether she admits it or not. Let's not forget who Mark Golden really is. He is not a son of Jamaica's soil. He was born in Britain, a white man from a family and a country that directly enriched themselves from the enslavement, slave our ancestors, exploitation and degradation of our ancestors who are African people. He has no ancestral ties to the struggles, triumphs or pain of the Jamaican people. Yet, here she is, and thousands like her, cheering for a man who represents everything that oppressed our ancestors and continue to exploit our descendants. She and every Jamaican who support him need a visa to visit the country of his birth. Yet he feels entitled to lead Jamaica without ever having truly walked in the shoes of the people he claims to represent. And to make matters worse, he is not even leading from a place of integrity or vision. Instead, he has dust off this very same playbook Michael Manley brought to Jamaica in the 1970s. The same toxic manual of class warfare, populist rhetoric, and subtle empowerment of criminality that destroy thousands of lives, fuel division, and set Jamaica back generations. Michael Manley, whose government coddled known murderers, sent gunmen overseas as part of a delegation and elevated political thuggery into a normalized feature of our society, handed Jamaica this curse, and now Golden seek to resurrect that same destructive path wrapped in a slicker, more modern package. See the woman who cry about being robbed and yet still sing the praises of the man who stand at the hem of that very culture. You cannot separate the fruit from the tree. You cannot support the gardener and curse the weeds. They are one and the same. People like her and those who think like her need nothing short of a come to Jesus moment. They need to wake up from the trance of party loyalty, from the delusion that this British born man, a beneficiary of centuries of black suffering, somehow has the best interests of Jamaicans at heart. Jamaica's future will not be saved by leaders who romanticize the past, glorify criminals, and perpetuate dependency and handout and violence. It will be saved by Jamaicans who choose integrity, accountability, and justice over blind allegiance to a colour, a flag, or a name. To her and others still clinging to this fantasy, look around. Your phone was not stolen by accident. It was stolen by the very culture you continue to uphold. If you want to stop being a victim, you must stop empowering the victimizers. The system has come to reject Michael Manley playbook and send Mark Golding and everything he represents back to Britain he came from. Jamaica needs leaders who are born Jamaicans, not born overseas. Born in a Jamaica, go school barefoot, know all of these things back then from in my time. Know it feel. Who understand not only our pain but also our potential and who are willing to build, not destroy. Until then, no amount of outrage will change your fate. Only your vote and your courage to stand for what is right will. So some people would ask, so reporter, you have any sympathy for her? Well, you are going, as we say, the same woman, the one who was robbed at the event by the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, supporters, activists, and the so-called victim. She thought her comrades lamented her misfortune and expressing her outrage. Do I feel sorry for her? Yes. But only up to a point. May I tell her that? I feel that she lost her phone to these miscreants and parasites. But more so, I feel that she allowed herself to believe she was safe in the company of wolves. You see, this is precisely why I support the Jamaica Labour Party right now. Because despite what distractors might say, the overwhelming majority of Jamaica Labour Party supporters are more honest, more decent, more law-abiding citizens who genuinely uphold the rule of law and want a better, safer Jamaica for everyone. And I say that without any apologies. When I was a police officer working at St. Andrew South, the only communities them they have no crime, whether them deal with it inside or not, you don't have no breaking, no rape, no shooting, no murder. And I labor community them, I PMP them all is I kill them one of them. I tell you that. St. Andrew South, Unspear police here, them we have to police. You don't have to police labor right them. Because them take care of them own community. I tell you that, I ask you. I tell you. Me alcohol idiot police. I spent over a decade at Unspear. And at one point in time, gunmen ever shoot off of me from a labor community them. Never. So when me hear any police was when that came us out after I was there and them shoot off of them in a labor community, I'm not going to say, but I am talking from my perspective, from my experience. They never shoot off of me, and it's just something simple as that. So here is truth many refuse to admit. If you choose to associate yourself with thieves, don't touch shock when they steal from you. If you willingly walk among criminals, don't pretend to be surprised when you become their next victim. And if you find yourself in the company of wolves while you are still a sheep, understand that eventually you'll get eaten. Yeah, that's how it go. So this woman outrage, while understandable, also reveal how blind some Jamaicans have become to the reality around them. You cannot ignore the culture of criminality fostered and normalized in the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization communities, only to cry injustice when it turns on you. This is what they are trained to do, to take what does not belong to them, to disrespect others, to destroy their own communities while hiding under the cover of politics. And when the police come, them say I fight the police, them I fight against them. I lie people I tell. How police never come lock me up when me I grow or ask me no question, because I respect the rights of other people and I respect people's things. I don't believe in that thieving. For decades, the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization leadership has coddled and empowered gunmen and parasites who see theft, extortion and violence as their birthright. The very people who wave orange flags in the street are often the same ones terrorizing their neighbors after dark. Yet somehow, too many Jamaicans turn a blind eye until the wolf bites them personally. To the woman in the video and to everyone else still clinging to the false sense of loyalty to a party that thrives on chaos, do not let your outrage stop at tears and hungry words. Do not simply cry out in pain today and go right back to voting for the same people who cultivated this culture of lawlessness tomorrow. Use this experience as your wake-up call and let your next vote reflect your newfound awareness. If you truly are against criminality, if you genuinely want a safer, more decent Jamaica, then you must align yourself with those who stand for the rule of law, not for those who glorify gunmen and the thief. This is why I support the Jamaica Labour Party, because on April 29, 2025, the Jamaica Labour Party came out and supported the police, and I support the police. I respectfully will not support the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization because they support the criminals. Not because they are perfect, why I support the Jamaica Labour Party, but because their vision is fundamentally about building, not destroying, about enforcing the law, not excusing criminals, about creating opportunities, not breeding parasite. So, to the woman who was robbed, I hope your outrage turn into a vote. And more than that, I hope it inspires you to encourage others to vote for what is right, not just with a formula. Jamaica cannot afford any more blind loyalty to wolves dressed in political colors. The next time you go to an event, you may walk among decent citizens, not wolves. The next time you vote, may it be for a Jamaica that finally chooses law over lawlessness. The only party in Jamaica that supports law, the rule of law, is the Jamaica Labour Party. If you are the PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization, you are supporting criminality. Hope you wake up, woman. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.